So what's your name? Yullbrenna.
Hi, you schmucks!
Alright, hey everybody, Yullbrenna here with another Relic Arena gameplay video, and this time we're going to be playing Tesla. Tesla is probably a leader that I don't play too much. I think it's a leader that used to fall off in the late game and the mid game a lot, so it was one of those that's good for a top 4 but not much else. So I'm going to give it a go. Let's see what I can do and surround it with a lot of magic damage. So if you don't know what Tesla does, you can see here at the start of each round and at regular intervals, arcs of lightning strike at the all enemies, dealing damage. So you're going to start with 100 damage. At level 2 and 4, you're going to increase that damage, and level 3 you'll get a it'll hit at a decreased interval of every 5 seconds. But then at max leader, you're going to get this Tesla tower that's going to zap a random enemy, and it's going to be dealing pure damage, and it's going to be based off of max health as well. Tower can be invulnerable, untargetable, and can be moved anywhere in the arena, so it's kind of like an extra unit, so you can kind of throw it in the back line and it'll hit these units. And what's good is it doesn't deal straight damage like you can see this magic damage does. It'll scale constantly off of max health, so if you have someone that has a massive tank, it's going to be dealing a little bit more damage. So a little good in that aspect, that it started scaling. But again, something like this where it's dealing this magic damage that hits hard at the beginning but I think can still fall off. So what you want to do with Tesla and building it, or at least what I'm going to try building with Tesla, is a lot of magic damage and a way to reduce that magic armor for everybody in the arena. So you're going to want to look for spells such as the Yin and Yang Pendant, which provides magic armor to you and minus magic armor to your enemies. So look for those type of spells that come into play, and it could be a good game for Tesla. On the other side, people, if there's a lot of magic armor in the game, then it could be an issue. Hammer base code, of course, Inca chestplate providing magic armor. They're in the game, so it could be tough. But then you have Tesla radio in there as well. So there are a good amount of ones. The death whistle as well could be a problem. So that's something you want to watch out for. But I think overall you can play this leader in a good amount of games. So starting off, I did go with an early Tommy gun plus Tesla coil, not the worst. And then I'll just get some tank up front and kind of decide what I want to do from there. If I'm going to be doing something like Mask of Agamemnon or Tommy gun, I'll probably want an attack modifier like Endeavor Cannon. So I may look into something like that. And kind of just finding some good spells, doing some shuffling around, seeing what I want to do. Not going well for me now, but I do want to get ultimates into play where I'm going to be dealing a lot of good magic damage. And that's what I'm looking for. It's really just, I'm going to have a lot of magic damage in this game and see if it works out for me. I accidentally kept this on an assassin. I probably should have stuck with a ranger. And yeah, still not enough damage. That's okay. It's early game, so it's not the biggest deal. And I'll go for that Inca chestplate because you can see that first upgrade, each attack to the wielder lowers the magical armor of the attacker. So kind of want to do that on a frontline tank. So they're going to have reduced magic armor, which means they're going to be taking even more magic damage from all of the magic damage that I'm doing and the Tesla tower and all of these arc lightning strikes. So you need to see those added hits. It's not doing too much, but it's doing just enough for some added damage. And I only have it at level 1 for the time being, so eventually I'll get it up, but I do want to get ultimates into play. And Tommy gun is such an early game spell. I don't really know if I want to go past maybe the first super, and I'll end up selling it anyways. And there's Tesla radio. Tesla radio is obviously something that I want to pick up that can combo really well with the Viking runestone, especially on a tank that doesn't have much mana. There's also Titanic for some mobility. I don't really have any mobility on my tank, so I want to get that into play as well. There's where I talked about going to the ranger. So let's see if this switch up A little bit more damage here with the Tesla radio. Really good spell. A lot of people combo it with basketball for the mobility. And against an illusion build, it's naturally going to do a good amount of damage. You can see I'm losing a lot of mana, but that's just because the terracotta army, not the biggest deal. Here's bringing the witch into play, just casting a few spells like Yin and Yang Pendant, think chest plate, just getting some more magic armor in there. And my leader level was getting pretty low, and I don't want to leave it at 0. I am, of course, going to go for that Tesla radio, but I wanted to get the ultimates into play first, so that's why there was that bit of change. Couple ones that I wanted to pick up here, like the chest plate. This ranger build not working out for me too well. Kind of suffering here in the early game, so I'll probably have to switch this up. Normally hot sauce plus Tesla coil, it's a good combo, but so far not great for me. Especially if I'm going to be switching away, I'll get something else. There's some rocket engine. I do need to get to the back line, especially if I want to cast something like Persian Carpet. So I may do some selling here, trying to figure out, get rid of Tommy Gun. Early game's over. I'm buying a bunch of spells and shuffling things around a little bit here. We'll see if this worked out. Spells didn't exactly hit in the right way. But there we go. Did a little bit better. And yeah, it looks like my frontline tank, it looks in a good spot. I just need to adjust potentially with this rocket engine or something like the Persian Carpet. I'll probably do the Persian combo. I mean, if you've seen it in my past videos, I think it's such a good combo to use. So I'll definitely look into the Persian Carpet. But for now, F1 rocket engine looks like it's going to be it for me. Maybe do the poison with the Tesla coil build, since Max of Agamemnon isn't really popping. Again, a lot of my stuff is really low level except for Tesla radio. I'm up to level 3 in Tesla leader level. Again, I do want that Tesla radio, but I also want to be hitting a lot of my spells. Probably get up to shop level 4 eventually. And for an attack modifier, could have gone with the pirate flag, but I also see Statue of Prometheus more magic damage, especially if I'm going to be dealing magic minus magic armor to my enemies. I think that's kind of been a good idea to pick that up. So a lot of good options for me. We'll see what I do. Did fairly well, but the follow-up damage just wasn't there. Let's see if my ranger can take care of this. Yeah, not a lot of levels in the Tesla coil, and it's not doing much at the moment. My ranger build, again, yeah, you can see Tesla coil not doing much. I may have to sell it. I wanted to combo it with the poison, but poison is just fairly contested, and not a lot of things are popping for me. So switching up a few of my spells here, the F1 rocket engine to get to the back, followed by the Persian Cat for stunning, and then adding it up with even more disable with the Orca Fossil. I think that'll be a good combo. Give some time for my frontline tank to do a lot of good damage. See if this makes a difference. Kind of middle of the pack here. But there's a good sign. Get to the back line, do a lot of good damage. You can see the magic damage stacking up. And yeah, there it goes. So the frontline tank did a lot of good damage, a lot of good cleanup for my ranger, which is his job. And Tesla adding a lot of good damage here. I do want to get that radio. Probably should upgrade my leader. Round 11, not super late, but definitely something to look into. A lot of spells on my bench, so I had to make a a call going away from the poison, which means probably going away from the Tesla coil as well. Get absolutely wrecked. A lot of my backliners rely on mana, and this guy with the banned Terracotta Army did really well. Looks like it's a fellow streamer with Nubby, so I'll definitely need to look out for that. Again, a lot of spells on my bench. I've already got the Persian Carpet, so I'll sell the F1 rocket engine and just upgrade to leader level 4 and eventually get to leader level 5. And I do like the Titanic. I don't have much mobility on my frontline tank with something like a basketball that you would normally combo with Tesla Radio. So that's why I'm going to go for the Titanic. And there's the cleanup. You can see just overall a lot of magic damage from every single one of my units, and of course the Ranger for the cleanup just did the trick, along with honestly the Tesla. Viking Runestone, I could do the damage over time, or just become a little bit tankier. Both are good options. So we'll go with the additional damage mitigation just to be a little bit tankier on my front line. 2 level 3 upgrades here that I'd like to get. So I need to make a decision. Oh, what spells I want to keep. Do I want to go after the Inca chestplate or get rid of the Divine Diadem, which I end up doing. Massive AoE damage, and there's the power of it. So getting to the backline, love this combo here. So huge amount of damage with the Persian combo, and then following it up with the Mammoth Fossil, which is more stuns. And then, of course, the Orca Fossil for additional damage and CC. So this Witch right here providing a lot of good damage and CC. You can see topping the damage charts. And it makes it so that my tank isn't so vulnerable and can do some damage with the Tesla Radio. And then, of course, I've got the Statue of Prometheus following that up. So huge damage with magic. See if I can get on a winning streak and get out of this middle of the pack scenario. Finally on a winning streak here in the mid game. Then again, let's go in and get the Tesla radio, the Tesla tower. And so finally get up round 15, a little bit late, but I don't think it's something that you need to prioritize and rush. You definitely want to get levels in your spells first. So that's why I went to get my shop up. This hopefully adds some good damage here, some good stunning. You can see right off the bat, stunned his frontline tank, which means I get all the initiation, which means I do damage. And I easily clean up. So that stun right there on his frontline tank means my Persian combo gets off completely, do a ton of damage. So still on a winning streak, in second place behind fellow streamer Nubby. So we're looking in a good spot here. Let's see if we can keep things going, especially since we hit a few power spikes here and we're at max leader level 5. Again, right by his tank, so it should stun his tank right away. He goes straight into a bunker. And yeah, again, I gotta follow my spells first. Dealing magic damage, so I don't care about the Hope Diamond at all. And I take down 4th place. Almost there on Titanic. That'll give me a little bit more mobility. Get me to the back line on my tank. It's just not popping for me. Maybe it's a little contested. Stunning that tank again, getting off all my spells, and immediately melt. So it's just proving really strong. Again, this is where Tesla is the best. I mean, once you're hitting level 20, now we're getting into the late game. Is it going to be as powerful? That's really the issue. I finally get Carpet up to level 3. So what do? I have almost all ultimates on this. So I'm going to go for the Relic power, even though it would be nice to get the reduced cast time or the silence. But since I'm already adding so much CC, I don't think there's much need for the silence, even though it's really nice. Orca Fossil, the cast range is usually nice, but again, here's the losing magic armor per pulse, and since I'm dealing a ton of magic damage, that's probably the way I'm going to go. Although I could put something on my backline and use the Orca Fossil on the backline unit that casts the Titanic. So multiple options you could go depending on how the game is going, but let's stick with what I got. I'm on a winning streak and we're looking really good. AoE damage looking good, but man, this tank is causing some problems, but we end up taking him down. Back to the damage, you can see backline combo plus the Tesla doing a lot of work for me. The statue, Death Rattle, or yeah, the statue of the Death Rattle is the way I'm going to go, so I'm going to drop the statue. And then Persian Cat, there's so many good ones. I'm going to go for the increased damage, but the Relic power loss would be great too. Alright, let's see how this goes. He's all clumped up in the back here. And yeah, huge problem for him. My Orca Fossil, a little off. But again, there's so much damage from the Tesla radio and Tesla. I'm doing a good amount of work here. Max health as damage is pretty good. Probably the way I'll go, especially since I've got the Inca chestplate, and if I can get that plus 20% max health. Finally get Hope Diamond up, so I'll just go for the stun. And my first juicy of the game, which is the Orca Fossil, so the killer whale, chomping enemies if they're stuck in the whirlpool. I haven't been getting 2-3-man whirlpools off, but if I'm getting one, it's just a lot of good added damage, and it was pretty uncontested for me. That one went up quite easily. Facing second place here. Get a lot of AoE magic damage off, so I take down his back line, and now it's just this front line tanks. There's the Orca Fossil doing a whole lot of nothing, but I ended up taking him down anyways with the Persian combo, so I don't care too much. Two good options here. Go for the increased damage. I don't think the range matters too much to me. And I'll probably stop there. I don't think I need the pendant to bounce to a random target. There's not a lot of illusion builds except for the one player, so I'll kind of just stick with keeping that there. You don't want to go for juicy on everything. If you get too greedy, you're never going to hit everything. Huge backline disruption. So the Titanic, I finally get it there. So I've got the Titanic plus the Persian Carpet, and yeah, backlines are not safe. And we're looking really good. So we're in the top 3 now. Again, magic damage proving superior so far. Two good spells that I want. So I'll go for the Persian Carpet. Again, I don't really need the silence. Could go for the cast time, but it'll help initially in case someone's trying to get a stun off. I land on the backline, I'll silence them so they can't stun me. And could play either of these players, see what happens. End up playing the Darwin build. Get absolutely wrecked. I don't have the mana. Both my tanks go down so fast. And yeah, that was rough. Yeah, you can see, didn't get any damage off. Persian Carpet landed. I couldn't get off any of my spells, which is huge. So it's gonna come down to a positioning game there, because he's got his carry. I just need to take down his carry. I've got a lot of good backline disruption with Titanic and Persian Carpet. I just got to make sure it lands. So I'm going to be facing Laz. He is on a winning streak, although I haven't felt too threatened by this Leo build. But always good to take a look at your opponent, see what you're going to do as far as positioning. I'll move up a little bit. He's very much in the back line, and I want to get to that back line. I'll keep it up, but I want to be careful and protect the Persian combo, so that's why I moved it back a little bit. I'd rather my tank go up, tank some damage. Perfect hit with the Titanic. And yeah, absolutely crushed it. He was really grouped up. Take him down, but I think it was based off of somebody else. But yeah, you can see a ton of damage there. Probably get the toughness on here for the Titanic, and then get another juicy, which is Persian Carpet. So one that I like to go after, especially in the Persian combo, because you're going to get the radius to your relics. So I have all of these AoE hits here, so it's just going to be so powerful with all of this AoE damage. So really good if you're doing a combo like this with Persian Carpet, with the Cat, Mammoth Fossil, Orca Fossil, stuff like that. Really love the juicy here. I'm going to be doing so much damage, and the bonus radius means it's going to be really hard for him to run away from me. So I was playing him earlier, so I know I'm going to be playing second place. I got to take down this illusion build, so got to make the adjustment the last second, put all my AoE damage on the same side as his carry. Let's see if this does the trick. And yeah, absolutely take him down. You can see, did the majority of the damage, took down the illusions, took down his carry, and now we're back to the final two, and I really haven't been threatened by Laz. Neither one of those spells. Just looking for two good spells here. Mammoth Fossil, kind of like the juicy there, so I'll go for it. And I'm on a few, close on a few, being a little bit greedy here. Again, not too threatened by this. He is going all the way on the back line, so I could probably move up again. I do want to protect my Persian combo, so fully on the back line here. May make an adjustment here based off of what I feel threatened by. See what happens here. Not too threatened. He's going to make a switch, so I may switch just to the other side. Yeah, all of my AoE damage. He's clumped up here in the back corner. Let's see if the AoE damage made the difference. Titanic hits. Persian hits. And yeah, he's very grouped up. All my AoE damage does its job. And just a little bit of cleanup there. So there you go. A good example of a Tesla build. Hope you enjoyed this game. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will catch you in the next one. Take it easy.